Hello and welcome to the Nexus. We're going to have a look at the latest ship from Fanhome in the Starship ship collection. Let's get going. Okay, so this one's the Hanley. I think that's how it's spelt or said. That one there, it is. There's been a bit of talk about this one on how small it is, and we'll come on to the magazine as well, because the magazine also, I believe, has a different name on it, and we'll come on to all of that as well. We're also going to do a comparison between the ships we've already got and some of the original size ones we got as well. And the only other small one I could find in the original, I think it was the Discovery collection and the Picard collection that they originally did from Hero Collector. There's only one ship that's about as small as this one. Now, like I said, I don't know what's in this. I haven't opened it, so I don't know how small this is. I've seen pictures and people talk about it, but we're going to talk about it today. But first, let's have a look and we'll do a proper review. Okay, so let's do a review like we always do here. Remember to click and subscribe and comment. I like reading your comments. And subscribe, because we're reviewing all the stuff from Fanhome. Now, obviously, I'll go through the box. Each side you have the Fanhome logo, the big purple one. We have a nice top view of the ship there. This is from Star Trek Picard. Actually, originally this ship isn't from Star Trek Picard. It's actually an original ship created for Star Trek Online. And a lot of the Star Trek Picard ships were from Star Trek Online, like the Enterprise F is from Star Trek Online. We get a nice sort of side view there. Now, I do believe Eagle Moss brought this out, or Hero Collector, how you want to say that. Originally brought this ship out for the Star Trek Online collection, so it's like a smaller version. And then they obviously redone it for Star Trek Picard. So in here we have the magazine, and yeah, just like people have been saying, so we have the Edison here. We'll have a look at the ship in just a minute. I still haven't opened it, so I don't know what's going on. But we're at 13. We've been doing this 13 months now. A year and a month we've been collecting these ships. And I've got to say, I'm happy with every single one we've got. I am really happy with every single one that we've received so far. We'll go through the book. Edison here is, I believe, what the ship class is in Star Trek Online. They also took this design and created one for the Star Trek Discovery line, but when they done it for Picard, they actually left it in the same variation it was in Star Trek Online. But we'll come on to the Discovery one, because I have it here. We'll do a comparison on that. You can see how it goes onto the stand there. Once again, Edison class, active 2401, phasers, torpedoes, all that impulse stuff there. It is tiny. I've got to say, the ship is tiny. So here we have in-universe information. Not a lot. It was one of those background ships at the end of Star Trek Picard. There was a lot of them there, but a lot of them from Star Trek Online, actually. So this bodes well, because there's a lot of Star Trek Online ships that I'd love to have in the collection. You know, like the Ross class, the Sunderland class, all those sort of ones. Yeah, I'd love. There was a lot of them, and I'd love to have them in the collection. This bodes well if this is the first one that they're doing. So then we come on to the top, bottom. It has this really elongated deflector dish, and I think that's done for a reason on Star Trek Online. It's got this really sleek profile, which is really nice, and it's one of those really compact ships as well. But it's also tiny, so it's got elements. I think it's got elements from the Akira class, as well as like Steam Runner and things like that. And obviously, it's got that look that the Miranda and the Nebula class had as well. Then we come on to design. Like I said, originally this was designed for Star Trek Online, and obviously Star Trek Discovery. Now they obviously done it in the Star Trek Discovery design, but obviously this is the design it appeared on Star Trek Online. You can actually see the Edison class here, so I think that's why we've got two names. So obviously it was the USS Edison, that's how it is, and it's the Edison class, and the Hanley is what we got in Star Trek Picard. And once again, we're going to go through how it looked for Star Trek Online and Star Trek Discovery, and obviously the design process through it and how they wanted everything to look. And there we go. So Rise of Discovery, that's when it was there. So I don't know if it was designed. I'm kind of thinking. I only ever saw this, I think, on Star Trek Online. They did bring it out like this. This is the Star Trek Online decal, or decor, I would say, or the levy. It's more of a white hull with a black sort of off-peak stuff. And obviously for Star Trek Online, there it is there. For Star Trek Picard, should I say, it's there with its registry, name, and everything else. And that's the book over with. Okay, so let's take a look at the ship itself and get first reactions. Okay, here we go. First reactions. Like I said, I haven't taken this out yet. All I did is, obviously, the magazine comes in loose, and I put the magazine on top. I haven't looked, so I promise. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. It's tiny. It's tiny. Hang on a sec. Let me take that and that. Okay, it's tiny. Yeah, that is small. So there you go. It fits in the palm of my hand. It is really small, though. I think it's really nice. Look, I actually love this. I love these sort of little quirky, small, compact ships. I don't know what it is. I've liked the Nebula class. It's my favourite ship. It's really nice. It's got a sleek profile. The engines are really thin on these ships as well, which is nice. They've gone for the painted look on the nacelles, and not the clear blue plastic. Maybe it's a little bit difficult to get it on such a small surface there in such a small area. Though we do get the clear plastic on the Bussard collectors at the front, and obviously a deflector dish as well, which is nice and big, which is really good. It does look plain to offset, but actually we'll do some close-ups on it and get some really good feedback. But I will say this, it is small. It's obviously the smallest ship we've got in the collection so far, that's for sure. I can understand why people want it a bit bigger. I think most of the ships want bigger, right? But yeah, on first glance, it is very small. In fact, just about get the impulse engines at the back here in. And obviously when you shrink stuff, you're gonna lose a little bit of detail on it. But the details there, you got the lights around the side there. You got lights here. You got the registry. You got the registry at the back as well, actually, and the name. And you've got the all the little escape pods there. We'll have a closer look. Let's have a look. Okay, here we go. And it has got detail. I mean, you can't see it further away, but on closer inspection, you really can take out that detail. It's really nice. And you've got the windows along the side there, which are really small actually, and along the edge because the ship is small itself. And then we've got the escape hatches here. We've got the Federation emblem in there. The registry is really nice, though I wouldn't have done the registry in that sort of text. I would have left it the same as the top text because it looks all blurry. That's just me. You can make it out, and it's got, I mean, to get that detail on something so small is really good as well. We've got the escape pods up here. We've got loads of escape pods on it. At the back here, like I said, you have got the registry and name, which is really good. And you've also got the registry on the nacelles as well. Very, very Star Trekky. We've got some windows along the back edge here and stuff. Obviously, that is the shuttle bay just there. Underneath, we've got the name and registry again, and the registration, obviously in that sort of different text as well. Obviously, a striking thing is this huge deflector dish at the front here. And we've got this oval bit. In fact, you could say that was the bridge, or it could separate into two different ships. That almost looks like it could separate, right? The impulse engines are these little grids at the back here, but in order to get that effect, they've just painted the two lines. But they are definitely the impulse engines. Like with most Star Trek ships, you don't get a lot of lights, a lot of windows, I should say, underneath the ship. But we do get a few escape pods here, and we've got this same decal lines along the front, and we've got the normal red ones along here. Do you know what? I'm quite pleased with this. It is tiny, and I can see where people are coming from price-wise and stuff like that. But actually, I think it sits in well with what we've got, and price-wise, I think as well. Let's put this on. So how I get this on is I just push down on this, so it sits in, and then it just sort of just slides on like that. I need to push down a bit more on this, giving it a little wiggle as it goes in. That's it. And then this sits in just like that, and it actually sits really well. I'm quite happy with the just there, so you can sort of see it, and it sits really well on there. It's got that really sleek profile, which is really cool. Okay, so we're going to compare it to other ships in the Fanhome collection, but also in the old style collection that we had as well. So let me grab them. Saucer section wise, I would say this is on par with what we've had before. So I'm going to grab the Stargazer, and actually the saucer section is bigger than the Stargazer's one. So I'm wondering if they're trying to keep them within a sort of scale. Though we have had other ones where the saucer section is a lot bigger, obviously. But, you know, if you're wanting to keep it within scale, I mean, that is... I think that's pretty close, right? That's pretty close. We'll put that one away. We'll bring over the latest XL that we got, which is Voyager A. So once again, I don't think it's too bad in scale-wise. I think it sits really well, actually. And like I said, we've had other ships that were slightly bigger ones, like the Archer. So there's the Archer there. So you can sort of see that was a much smaller ship compared to what we've got. But it is, the saucer section is obviously a lot bigger, but it's elongated as well. It's just blown up a little bit on that. Maybe people might have wanted something a bit more sizable, like that. Now I'm going to put Voyager A over here because that's the XL ship that we got last. So let's bring over its predecessor, which was this one from the Star Trek Discovery line. And obviously it is a lot bigger, right? It's a lot bigger. And these are the standard sizes. So the Discovery line was the one that brought in the new standard sizing. But you can sort of see, right away, you can see where this ship and this ship are the same, right? And I know what people are going to say, why couldn't they make this a little bit larger so it was in scale with this one? That is something for Fanhome to ask, really. I don't know what the decisions were on this one. You know, I know that they're given a budget, and maybe they've took a little bit of budget out of this one to do with something else with another one. That could happen as well, but I'm not too sure on that. But do you know what? I think actually they're pretty good. I think I saw a lot of comments saying it was lack of detail. Well, actually, it's got quite a bit on this. And then when you look at the Discovery one, that was it's quite good. I mean, it's got I was going to say it's quite plain, but actually looking at it, it's quite textured. It's got the Aztec on there as well, and yeah, it's quite textured. Shouldn't really be. I'm trying to put a positive spin on this, guys. Come on. So yeah, the Edison is this one. Maybe that's why as well. Like I said, I think they've done the magazine as the Edison, and this one as the Hanley, because that's the one that actually appeared in Star Trek Online. Now, the only other ship that I know that was close to that scale, this standard scale, but they're small, which was this one, the Zimmerman. And as you can see, the saucer section on this one is much smaller. Much smaller Look. It's only the engines really that extend this. Otherwise, it would be around the same size. So actually, now I can't remember. Do you know what? I can't even remember where this one's come from. It looks like a Discovery ship. Someone will know. I'm pretty sure this is from Star Trek Discovery. So it was in the Discovery line. Because I've got some Picard ships as well, and I've, you know, for love or money, I can't remember sometimes where they have appeared. But this one actually is only a little bit shorter. And like I said, the only thing that makes this larger really is the extensions on these warp nacelles here. But once again, this is tiny, and this is small as well. And then we can put this on here. Goes like that. And this one on here. And actually, they're not that close. They're not that too similar, actually, from each other, size-wise. We've got Edison here. And that goes on like that. It doesn't, you know, you've got that. Then you've got the Stargazer. So that was one of the first ones we got. Well, it was the first one we got. Just there. And then along the back we'll put Voyager A, like that. You can see right away, right? Actually, this fits in with the sizing. I know a lot of people were saying that it's closer to the original size ones, or it's closer to the Star Trek Online one. And it may well be. But actually, I actually like the size of this one. It's really cool. It's compact. It's nice. Whoops. That was another problem with this one. Is it just doesn't like staying in the... in there. Stay. Yeah, like I say, I can see why people, but actually I really like it. I think also as well, I know a lot of people were saying that they were going to boycott this. Well, I've actually got this ship in Star Trek Online, so this fits perfect with me. This will go on my desk for when I'm playing Star Trek Online. But yeah, there it is. So it is what it is. So that is it for the Edison there. And despite its small size, I absolutely love it. It's, yeah, very, very good. Fanhome, keep up the good work. Yes, but I can understand as well, I can sympathise why people would say what they were saying, why they think that it's not value for money. I think it's also in keeping with what we got, and the pricing is standardised as well. So apart from the XL, because they're bigger, the same argument can be said for a lot of the original Star Trek ships, even the Discovery ones, as I've just shown you, in sizing as well. So they are all standardised, but actually, I think this is pretty on par, and I really like this. But as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, comment, leave your comments about this ship in the description below. I love reading them. I love contacting people back as well. I'd love to see what everyone else thought about this and my review as well in general, because I don't think it's that bad, to be fair. I think it's actually all right. But anyway, I've been a Nexus, and obviously we'll see you at the next one. Take it easy, guys.